tuning in today. I'm joined by digital artist Steve Kalinda, who's going to be talking us through his latest collection. Can you tell me a little bit, first of all, before we kick off into your work, what is digital art?
Digital art is it's just a new way of creating art without using a brush or a pencil. So you're pretty much using your phone, your computer, there are tools like Photoshop and Illustrator, stuff like that.
So that's really interesting. So when you're using these tools, how do you create shapes without actually having any physical tools?
Right. It's actually simpler because you're pretty much using your fingers because you can trace the art and it's so digital. The only thing is, it's not tangible, so it's all on a computer. And you can be seriously accurate, so like really know your lines and stuff like that. Just like a pencil. Digital art is where you can just create faster, which is great.
And I guess replicating work is a lot easier, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
I mean, we have some of your pieces on the wall today. Can you just talk us through them a little bit? These, I take it they're from different collections.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this one all about? How was it inspired?
That one, so that's from a series called Geo Abstract, and I was in Australia, and I was traveling there with my wife, and I had like these images just being bombarded by images, color, green, nature, and then I started drawing, but I didn't want to know what I'm designing, and I wanted to play around with colors and shape. And I think I ended up creating something like almost 80 pieces, and this is one of them.
So what are the lips are about here?
So I was drawing. I can't remember what I started with, but initially I was like, this looks like a face. How do I make it more like a face, but it's not? So I added a lipstick, and I was like, oh wow, it's pretty good.
Oh, it looks so cool. And this one here, what is the name of this piece?
Oh, cool. So this is from a series called Shape of Emotion. Like Shape of Emotion, the series started in 2018, and I was going through a lot of stuff, and obviously, venting out. One of the ways I vent out is my art. So I started drawing people's shape. Like you could look at someone, and just the emotion he gives just by the shape of the silhouette of his body. And but this one, I think I was just thinking about a couple and how they just the emotional support of your other half. And I just wanted to draw something that inspires, and obviously I wanted to add the effect. So this is marble, and for me it symbolized cracks, and but then his partner behind just holding him.
So I see. So the person behind hasn't got any cracks. No. So it kind of I see. So it kind of shows that solidness, that stability. Yeah. How interesting. Obviously, you create art that kind of is invoked from thoughts and feelings. So how do you start thinking about that creative process? How do you start taking a thought and putting it down digitally?
That's a good question. I don't even think digitally. I don't even think that I'm using my phone. It's become so natural that I just go and just bombard the platform with loads of images. I start with an image. It starts in my head. Yeah. I have an image, and then just from there, once I have a shape, then I have an idea, and then the touches, like the marble here. That was at the end. I was like, let me use a sort of an element that symbolizes both strength and weakness.
At the end, when you add these elements on, how do you kind of know when to stop? Do you ever think,
right? That's the question. That's the skill, because you can keep going, but you have to tell yourself stop. But I know when to stop when I like the art. So when I like it, that's when that's it. I've done enough.
I guess with this type of art as well, it's like there's nowhere to hide. because it's really out. Like you can't hide something in a brushstroke with clean lines like this. So I guess there is an element of having to kind of know when to stop.
I guess you're making mistakes, and then you're learning how they work and don't work with the colors. You're playing around with colors, and it's like a journey. That's the best way to say it. It's a journey.
So how long have you been creating art in this way?
2013. First, I used to draw on sticky notes, and I used to post them on my wall, and then people would come back and go, "What the?" and then I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And then I don't know. I started playing around with my phone, and I had an iPhone 5S, and I was not powerful, but man, the stuff I did on that was incredible.
Yeah.
And then once I started posting on Instagram, the reactions were incredible. Like people, even used to contact me because they thought I was a graphic designer. But I had no idea how to use Illustrator or Photoshop.
So what were you using on your phone then? How were you creating the art?
I think I had a couple of apps. One was called Funky, Be Funky.
Okay.
Be Funky, yeah, Be Funky. And then another one called something Greed, Insta Greed. Something like that. No, I can't remember the name. And then I used to just play around with what I had.
So now, what software do you use now to create art?
Now I'm pretty good. So
Okay.
Adobe, I'm pretty fast and good. Adobe Draw.
Okay.
Pretty much the whole Adobe family. Adobe Draw, Fresco, you name it, Photoshop. But the great thing now is phones are powerful, but also cloud. The cloud technology is awesome. So you draw on your phone, you send it as a vector, you send it to your computer. And then you can just enlarge it, print a massive scale, sell it to anyone in the world.
So the whole process can become quite seamless, really. You don't have to have a massive studio space. I guess that's one of the advantages, right?
You don't, when it comes in, you don't have a studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm drawing on the train, on the bus, at home, when I'm in the toilet.
So you can, oh wow. So you literally have your art in your pocket and you can, instead of having to, like you said, you had your sticky notes then, now you don't even have to have a sticky note. You can literally create straight on your device and that's absolutely amazing. How long does it take for you to create something? Let's say for this piece, how long would it take for you to put it together? Because you said you can work quite quick.
If I have the image in my head?
Yeah.
Without bragging, 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Seriously.
So...
If I have if it's in my head already, 10 minutes.
So you could literally be on the train from wherever you live to London Bridge, for instance, and on your morning commute, well, we don't really commute these days, but you could literally create a piece of artwork.
I can create, literally in 10 minutes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then, gosh, I think that year I created, over 100.
Wow.
And I'm creating every day. That I'm at a point where I'm like, now I've got to showcase this work.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's a lot.
Yeah, because they say, the creative side is one side of it. It's like the easy side because it's what you love to do. It's how you create, but then it's like becoming business-minded alongside it. And it's just such an important side of it.
That's the hard work. Like creating it's easy. It's pretty much easy.
Yeah.
It's fun because I feel like a child when I'm creating. But when you bring the business aspect into it, it's like how to market and find your niche and stuff like that. Things you're discovering as you go along, and that's serious because you want to know who can buy your work. You don't want to sell it, but eventually, you kind of
you create it to share as well, right?
That's it, yeah.
So how did you start figuring out who your market was? How did you understand who was interested in your work?
Good question. What I started doing, I started reading Architectural Digest, Interior Design Magazine, Elle Decor, all of these really cool magazines, and they all had pictures of houses with great art and stuff like that. So I said, oh wow, I would love for like this magazine to feature me because they feature artists there. So I was like, okay. So it was about, I started to find, but who would be interested in this? So it was like interior design.
And actually now that concept, you use that a lot now in how you portray your art, right?
Yeah, I guess I hope I am. I'm making beautiful art that somebody would like to have in their home and be part of the furniture.
Yeah, so you're literally showing people how it could look in their living room
Pretty much.
in a recreational room, anything.
Yeah.
So with your artwork, when obviously you have a specific type, you have a way of creating, what kind of reaction and emotion do you want people to feel when they see your work?
I want people to say, wow, it's beautiful. That's the one thing I want, something beautiful. Because it's beautiful to me, but if somebody else finds it beautiful, I'm happy. And then after that, it's more personal to me. But then,
so it's like if you like it, you like it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's yeah, pretty much. I know why I created it, but if somebody buys it, they want to know why, they will ask. But if they find it beautiful, fine.
Do you ever get someone come up to you and say, oh, I really like this work, but could you change this or could you do that?
I've had like commission. So they will look at the art. Like, I remember someone said, I want this but in black and gold.
Oh wow. What did you say to them?
I just gave them the look. Yeah, because I do know, like, I mean, they're ready to pay, so I don't mind, but sometimes you're like, yeah, I will do it.
Yeah. There comes a point where someone will request so many changes and then you have to say no. Yeah,
that happened once. That was my earlier collection. I think the person just kept going and they wanted a different type of white. And when you go into details, the different colors and the tone, I was like, oh my God, that's it. I'm going to stop now.
You have to know when to say no, right?
I was like, no, just go to IKEA.
You told him to go to IKEA. Well, honestly, this is, it isn't a standard off-the-shelf item. This is something that's been created. It's personal.
Yeah.
If it either fits with you or it doesn't.
Exactly. And I don't mind doing commissions. I don't mind people looking at my work and say, I want that a different color. Fine, that's cool. And the fact that it's digital, it's easy for me to, change.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really affect me when people do that much. But it's just also, what about this one? What happened to this?
So tell me a little bit about the work that you did during the pandemic. I know that you helped to raise some money for the NHS.
Yeah. I think it was first month in lockdown. And I don't know, I just felt so like an overwhelming just gratefulness for the NHS. And I was like, what can I do to say thank you? And I just designed these artworks and just used the word love. And I had a new series called Love, using the word love, with my graphic on them. And I just, you printed them on tote bags and then, marketed on the platform and then.
Wow, and all the proceeds went to
100%
to the NHS charity.
Yeah.
Which charity was that?
It was the Virgin NHS charity. I gave 250 or 200 quid.
And I think it's such a worthy cause, and I think even now more than ever we realise how important NHS is to us, all our essential workers, our carers.
They were the front line. They were like the soldiers.
Absolutely. So I think it's fantastic that you created something to give back. Absolutely lovely.
It was really good, and I was really happy that people joined the cause and just bought, and I was like, wow, okay, that's good.
And was the reaction, was it received well? People really, It
was good. I think one of the best reactions was my mom.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I did a video talking in French and in English. Speak French, and she shared it like everyone.
Proud mom.
Yeah, she was like, oh my god, you're Steve, and she sent it to everyone. And I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, it was worth it. It was really good. And Yeah, I appreciated it.
So 7 years in, kind of, I guess, what's your best moment so far with praying?
Oh, good question. I remember 2018, and like everything in life, I was going through some stuff, and then I think it was November. I sold like 10 pieces.
Wow.
In 6 different countries.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, this is real. But I woke up like, this is real. This is really happening.
Yeah.
And so why are they buying my work? I was like, no, I must have done something. And, you know, and if it's not your friend, it's not your family, it's actually random strangers from all over the world.
You have your eureka moment, like people actually enjoy my work, like people want my work because they like the way it looks. I guess it kind of gives you that kind of that thumbs up to yourself to say, yeah, I'm doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. What's the word? It convinced me that it's important, and what I'm doing is necessary, even though you can easily feel like, what's the point? But that convinced me, you know, what you're creating, somebody out there needs it.
So for people who are looking to get into the digital side of creating art, what advice would you give to them?
I would say just do it. Just if you have a phone, if you have a computer, doesn't need to be a Mac. Just try. Just if you're already a graphic designer and you're thinking of doing it, selling your art, there's so many platforms.
Yeah.
And just do it. Try. There's no one way to do it. You know, you can make mistakes. There's stuff to learn. But YouTubers, there are like a bunch of people doing it already. And I'd say just try. Do something you love.
Yeah.
Do something you appreciate. And if you don't know what you love, copy people. I guess, find your own journey, your own path, because you're not going to know until you learn how to be good. But to learn how to be good, sometimes you have to learn from the best.
Now, obviously, we are in the midst of a pandemic in the UK. We're in our second lockdown now. And how has that been creatively for you? What's it been like?
It's been amazing. I'm kidding. No, it's been interesting. I've been now doing a lot of social searching. You know, I'm writing. So I've been creating quite a lot. In terms of art, there's no way to stop me. I'm like a machine. It's like I feel like, you know, I'm one of those people, you put me in a box and I have a pen, so I'll draw everywhere. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to end. I'll find a way to draw, express myself.
So you're using this time now in lockdown to kind of explore other creative avenues? Cool.
I am, yeah. Just touching on, writing is one of the things I'm really diving into. So when I'm ready, maybe I'll share it.
When you're ready, we'll have you back and you can come and talk about it.
Please invite.
Look, Steve, thanks so much for sitting down and talking to me about your art today. It's amazing. How can people get hold of it?
I have a website, www.stevekalinda.com.
Yep.
My Instagram is Steve Kalinda. It's Facebook. All of that. I'm not shy on social media.
Yep.
Yeah, grown out of it. So you can find me there. Steve Kalinda with a K.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to keep up to date with all my latest videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.